Hey, Truth and Integrity Warrior out here, Michelle Angelique. I wanted to show you, while my face is irritated, what I do about it. So I've been in the city. I think you can see that pretty good. All that build up, all that looks like infection, right? It's all red, swollen, lumpy and bumpy. So I've been out in the city for over 2 weeks now. No Nano bucket. I'm in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So I have a bucket in California and a bucket in Mexico. I don't have a bucket out here. And so the buildup of this tech moving around through my body, in my skin, you can feel it a whole lot more. You can feel it vibrating. You can feel it moving in different areas throughout the body. And again, this is this nano biotechnology that we got in the food system, and we can feel it in our tissue, in our skin. And so, making it short, I just want to show you one of the soaps that I make. And this is a nighttime face soap. And what it does is a heavy metal remover. Let me show you how I put it on. It's kind of like a gel. It's like a coagulation of a soap, right? It's kind of like not a gel and not a solid soap. So what you do is when you put it on, what will happen is the mineral that's inside of here in this olive oil based soap. This is a nighttime soap, by the way, because it is sensitive to sunlight. You just put it on just like this. You leave it on there for a couple minutes. What ends up happening is it will take off all the old skin, and what ends up happening is it loosens up the tech that's attached to the tissue. So after a couple of minutes of leaving that on there, again, this is a night soap. You don't want to do this during the day, because you will have to use the sunblock the next day. But I'm doing this in the daytime because it's the best time for me to show you what's going on with this problem with the tech in the skin. I don't always have this problem anymore. So now that I do have it, being out here in Pennsylvania, I am going to show you what I do. So when you leave it on there, all you need is a little bit. It will feel a little burn because it's a mineral in there. It's sodium carbonate. It's not sodium bicarbonate, it's sodium carbonate. And it literally will start breaking all this down. And with these, I don't know if you've ever seen these, but these are those flosses. What you're going to be able to do is, after a couple of minutes of it dissolving the old dead tissue, you'll be able to get these fibers out. And it will be a bloody mess, literally, it'll be a bloody mess. But as you start pulling, really gets all that old dead tissue off that's bound like with the metal. So it hurts, it feels like a thorn. For those of you who deal with this nanobiotechnology in your skin, you know what I'm talking about, and it will be able to come out nice and clean. I can't show you right now because I will not show you a bloody mess, but I will show you a picture of what it looks like afterwards, how the swelling goes down, how the skin gets smooth, and then the body can actually start healing from it. So I will leave a link to how you can get my heavy metal remover on Amazon. It works. All the information on how to use it is in there, and maybe in the near future I'll give a little more information about the soap. But for those of you who need it now, it makes a difference. Truth and Integrity Warrior, Michelle Angelique, showing you my ups and my downs. This is one of my downs, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Take care. Alright, so it's all cleaned up. I use my heavy metal remover soap, and I'm moving around so you can see that it went from lumpy to being smooth. And that's how it's going to be able to start healing smoothly. I have a lot of scars. Let me show you all my scars. Look at that. From this nanotech drilling through my skin. I'm showing you my scars because I'm going to be, I'm actually making a scar remover. And so having these good before and after is what's going to make the difference. It's my testimony. So I'm showing you the before, my scars. And as far as the heavy metal remover face soap for this nanotech, is it will allow all these fibers to get out of the lumpy skin that starts bulging. So a lot of you guys have this tech where it's just lifting and growing and building, and you can't really get it off because it is metal bound to live tissue, dead tissue, and you just can't rip it off. The sodium carbonate in the face soap that we just went over allows it to get it down clean to the surface where it can be smooth, like I said, and then start healing smoothly. This tech is a constantly having to repair tissue, constantly. It's exhausting. If you see anything in the back of this house, this is not my house. I don't live here, so those are not things that I consume. I say that because you can have a lot of people stating a lot of things it isn't. So here we go. Now I want to show you this. This right here is a copper solution made from copper sulfate, distilled water, and acetylsalicylic acid, which is clean aspirin. It's a recipe I learned to make on my own as far as the copper sulfate, but as far as using copper, I learned that from Tony Pantalleresco, and he did it with a copper. I'm going to post a video where you can learn to make your own the way I started, and that is to make a copper wire solution with the aspirin, the clean aspirin, and the distilled water. So you'll be able to start making your own. It helped me heal these kinds of wounds immediately. So it produces something called Superoxide Dismutase, and that's a super antioxidant that immediately takes action. Immediate. And we're not used to stuff working that fast because we're not used to natural, real natural. And so Tony Pantalleresco does a really good job of teaching how to use minerals, how to make them work for the body and against this nanotech. So here's a drop. It's hard for me to do this with the phone in my hand. But what I'm trying to say is I would put a drop there. Let's see if I can do it. Give me a second. Anyways, really bad job. But I'm just trying to show what happens when you end up putting this copper solution on. I don't have this one available for people. I will in May 2021, and that will be on Amazon also. But till then, like I said, you can learn to make it the way Tony does, and it helps. So it will end up cauterizing. Cauterization just means it ends up producing, seals the wound, and it starts sealing it immediately. Copper is anti-inflammatory, anti-bacterial, viral, fungal, mold, and so it cleans everything up really nice, and it's what has allowed me to try to maintain some type of integrity to my skin. Yes, these are my scars. I'm showing them for the first time very, very boldly, I guess you'd say, but I'm going to show how to take them off in the future because it is my mission to do so, as it was my mission to stop this from breaking the whole body down. This is happening to me now because I don't have access to what I do, like the nano bucket that I learned from Tony, that disengages the tech from drilling on a constant basis. The diet, having a diet where you do not eat high lectins that drop the immune system, the tech will start running through everywhere. So I maintain my diet, but I cannot keep from this tech from still pushing through. It just pushes through less. So I'm showing you this one effect that I have to my body, as opposed to the hundreds of holes throughout my body when I didn't know what was going on. So I hope this information helps. This will heal. I'll show a picture tomorrow and then post this so that you can see how this heals really nicely, and it'll just get better with time. I can't wait to get back to my nano bucket so that I can maintain once a week, twice a week, keeps this tech from drilling through my body. This is Truth and Integrity Warrior, Michelle Angelique, showing you what's really going on and not being afraid of criticism. So today's the next day, and what I wanted to show is how this healed and how it's supposed to be looking. So you can see the lumpiness is gone. What is now, now it's what it is like a scab. but this scab's now going to be able to heal. That's part of the healing process. So underneath the skin, the tissue can start to regenerate itself, but it can't as long as that tech keeps building upon the same space. Plastic starts becoming part of the embodiment of that mound that builds up. That's something we're not used to. It's another video that, or information we're not used to hearing, that plastic is actually embedded in the tissue that builds up from the damage of this nanotech. And so what I'm trying to show you here, I'm trying to talk and show you at the same time. This is a normal way for it to heal without the plastic. There's no makeup on this, obviously. Got my makeup on. I'm not going to look like shit every day. Just give you a little video yesterday of how I had to let all that build, the dryness in my skin build from not using my cream. I'll show you my cream in a minute that I have available also on Amazon to help hydrate the skin and not take care of that situation right here, right away, so that you guys could see what I go through if I cannot use my products to help me clear up my situations that may happen to my skin. So what I used yesterday, well, you already know what I used yesterday. I used a heavy metal soap to help take down that tech in the tissue. I used the floss to help pull out the tech in the tissue. Like I said, it's a bloody mess. It's something I won't show on video. But for those of you dealing with this tech, you'll understand. You'll know what I'm talking about. It just all comes out, and you'll see debris in the blood. Not just from the tissue, but you'll see after that tissue's gone, debris still keeps coming out, and that's the tech, the fibers of the tech. That's just one of the things that comes out. I won't go more into detail about that. You can hear that from Tony Pantalleresco. If you listen to what he talks about this tech, he'll give you a lot of detailed information. As far as afterwards, I put on the copper collagen, which is the product that I make. I said will be out in May 2021. Look out for that. Till then, you can look at the bottom of this. I'll put a link to how Tony makes his copper collagen with copper wire, how you can start making that at home. It's always good to know how to make things for yourself, how it's working, and then if you want to buy it, you always have the option to do that too. But it's always good to know how to do things for yourself. And then I also put on what it is, my hydrating honey cream. It's not called honey cream right now. I'm going to be changing the name because it is a honey base. It's all vegetarian ingredients. I say vegetarian because honey and beeswax are not vegan, but they are in my skin cream. All vegetarian oils. Let me show you my skin cream because it's the only one I haven't shown you. And this face cream, the lighting won't let me show you what it looks like, but always remember my symbol. Let me see, it's in Spanish, this product, but you can find it on Amazon US. You'll be able to see that symbol. That stands for something. I'll get into that later. That symbol represents my brand in Mexico and the US. I do not put that honey cream on any tech areas, not at all, because the tech will use honey almost like a fermentation process, sugar inside of something that you're fermenting. It'll use bacteria will use it as a food source. So I do not put my face cream, I should say my face cream, on top of any oily areas or any tech areas. I do put it on the healed parts to maintain moisture and integrity of what do we call this? Hydration. Yesterday, you were able to see how dry my skin was. I didn't use my cream for 2 days so that you could see the difference between hydrated skin and dry skin. And so if you want to check out my face cream, you can also find it on Amazon. Same link I'll be putting there so you can see that. I hope this helps people in their process, and I don't want to call it a journey because it's like a nightmare going through this nanotech, but there is a solution. There always is a solution, and it's about finding them, bringing them to the forefront of people's mind, to their attention, so that we can help one another. And I'll give a big old shout out to Tony Pantalleresco. Without him, I wouldn't be able to get this far. Thank you, Tony. Bye. Oh, How can I go out without saying, this is Michelle Angelique, Truth and Integrity Warrior. Peace out.